Today's video is going to be comparing 4 lenses on focus breathing at about 2 to 3 feet away from the lens. I was trying to find the best lens to shoot in this studio where I typically hold up products and put them down. I noticed there was focus breathing on several lenses and I thought, well, let's do a test and see. I have the 16mm f2.8 lens, the little one, and I have the 18mm 1.4 LMWR lens, and then I have the 23mm f1.4 LMWR lens, and finally the 18mm to 55mm f2.8 to 4.0 lens. So those are my 4 lenses. I'm going to do 2 video tests. The first video test will be at f2.8 and the second test will be at f4. This is not a scientific test, so your results might vary. I'm trying to figure out what's best for my setup right here, where my camera is that distance away, and which one has the least focus breathing. My camera setup, just FYI, the tracking is set to +3 and speed is set to 0. On the 16mm, I did zoom it in just a little bit in post just to kind of keep the frames looking the same throughout. And on the 23mm lens, I backed it up a little bit here in the studio, keep the focal length about the same. It's not a scientific test. There's no science in this at all. But the results were extremely interesting and surprising to me. Without further ado, let's go ahead and go through the test. You see me talking to myself in the video, just go ahead and ignore that. I've removed the audio so we can just focus on the video. Okay, so this first test is the 16mm f2.8 lens at f2.8. Field of view is approximately 18mm. This is the 18mm f1.4 at f2.8. This is the 23mm f1.4 at f2.8. Finally, this is the 18 to 55mm at f2.8. And now we're back for the f4. So 16mm f2.8 at f4. And the 18mm at f4. .23mm at f4. And finally the 18 to 55 at f4. And as you can see, the 18 to 55mm f2.8 to 4.0 is the winner. It had the least focus breathing in this test, in both the 2.8 and the 4.0. Runner-ups were definitely the 16mm f2.8 and the 23mm f1.4 lens. Those were very similar in focus breathing. The worst, the loser, is definitely the 18mm f1.4 LMWR lens. And I'm laughing because everybody loves this lens. It's wonderful. Their reviews are amazing on this lens. And I would say, I'm sure they are for photography and maybe video that's not close up and maybe not in a scenario where you're holding things up to the lens. But if you're looking to use this lens in that type of an environment, my copy did not work. Your mileage may vary. Maybe I've got a bad copy. I've returned the lens. I'm not going to keep it. And that's the results that I found. And I'm going to go ahead and use the 18 to 55 on this camera in the studio from now on. I hope these results were helpful to you and that you've learned something from this. I definitely was very surprised by the results. I thought for sure the 18 1.4 would be a great lens for this setup. And as it turned out, it was the worst lens out of the 4 for this. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content like this, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks. See you in the next one.